I'm Lisa Carberg. Welcome to Money Wisdom, sponsored by Johnson Brunetti. We're educating you about smart ways to manage your money. And joining us is Eric Hogarth, certified financial planner and Johnson Brunetti partner. Eric, welcome.
Hi, Lisa.
Hello. So today we're talking about how to weather a recession. There are some important things to know, right, Eric?
Yeah, absolutely. If there's so much going on, of course, and if we're entering a period of time in which we're going to have negative economic things, and it's interesting as we record this because the market has been going up and up and up, and a lot of people are wondering, is it bad, or is it, is the market good? And this it's a lot of uncertainty, but you've got to take a closer look at what you're doing and what your plan is.
Okay, so let's talk bullet number one. We have some talking points. Manage your expenses. Tell us about that.
So a lot of people don't budget, and the word budget has a bit of a negative feel to it. I don't need to watch that, I don't need to watch that. And it's not about cutting expenses, though some people need to. It's about knowing what they are. And as you get into retirement, it's also about managing taxes. You don't want to be triggering a lot of taxes and drawing money out if you are in fact not spending that money. So it starts first with a budget to identify. Bucket number one is, what are your monthly expenses that you have almost every month?
Okay, bullet point number two, take inventory of your assets.
Right, getting back to the plan, what have you saved? Right, we look at things like where you live, but also your retirement accounts. If your work situation is going to change, and a lot of people are now in a position thinking, maybe I'm done with work. And unfortunately, there's a lot of folks that don't want to be done with work that might be done with work. So you have to look at how you're going to bridge that gap. If you didn't quite work as long as you wanted to work and didn't quite save as much as you wanted to save, where are you right now? Is it enough right now to make it work? And that gets into what you've saved, but also what you need that money to do for you, not just for now, but for long term.
Okay, the next bullet point is check to see if you have an income gap. Talk about that.
So you look, retirement planning in particular is income planning. It's not just, we saved $1 million. Is that enough money? Well, for some people, it's more than they'd ever spend. For some people, it's nowhere near enough. It's about how much income you can generate off of what you saved. So you look at where your sources of income are coming from, right? Do you trigger Social Security early? Do you not? Right? Do you draw a spousal benefit and one of you continues to defer your benefit so it grows for later? Do you have a pension? Do you do that now, or maybe that grows for later? And if you're going to draw off your retirement accounts, you want to make sure you don't do it too early. But if you are going to draw off on them, make sure that you're looking long term in what you're doing. Don't just draw money out of a Roth early because you don't have to pay taxes, because you're going to regret having done that in the future.
Okay, and the final talking point is ways to bridge that income gap.
There's a difference between managing your assets, your investments, for growth and for income. We have this conversation so often now that people say, when the market went down in 2008, or when it went down at the beginning of 2000s, when we were having the tech crisis going on, or 1980s, all these things. People say, well, I didn't do anything, and the money, it always comes back. It always comes back, and it always has. But you need to be realistic about where your life is right now, because the difference between right now and those periods of time is you continued to work and probably save, and you didn't need the money. So if you need to start drawing on this money, how you are going to invest that money is critical, because you need to pay your taxes every year, your heating bill, your auto insurance premium, whatever it's going to be. You can't decide, well, this month I don't need any income. So a lot of people, though it's been exciting as the market has come back a lot from what it lost, maybe you take advantage of that and you start doing things more safely, so you don't have that risk of loss, that you can't resave that money if you're no longer working.
Okay, and finally, the offer for today is, Will a Recession Rob Your Retirement? Tell us about that book.
Yeah, you can get this by going to moneywisdomtv.com, and we'll get it to you. And like a lot of the things that we offer, it's a checklist. Okay, did I do that? Did I do that? Do I still need to do this? Are we feeling comfortable with the planning that we've done? Well, our will is 10 years old. Should we look at that again? But it's important, when we talk about retirement planning, and it's so interesting where we are right now, because a lot of people, they go to, well, I'm going to retire and I'm going to go on this big trip, and that's going to cost a lot of money. And unfortunately, right now, maybe that's not an option for a lot of people, and that's not happening. But you look at what you're going to spend now and what you're going to spend long term, because a lot of people are going to live a long time, which is wonderful, but you want to make sure that you can continue to live as you want to live and have the freedom to make your own choices throughout that period of time. So making sure that you're making good decisions now that won't hurt you later. So again, you can get it by going to moneywisdomtv.com. We get it to you. It's absolutely free. If you want to talk on it, you give us a call. But it's a good thing to read and to make sure that you've checked all these boxes off.
All right. Thank you, Eric Hogarth from Johnson Brunetti. Always good information. And to learn more, go to moneywisdomtv.com.
Thanks, Lisa.
Thank you.